today? I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful, amazing, gorgeous day. If you don't know me, my name is Jade, and on my channel I like to post anything that has to do with creativity. And this week I finally completed some artwork. Yay! It's taken me forever. I'm gonna be real with you, friends. I was having some creative block for some time there. Just honestly, it's hard to say why it comes and goes. It just kind of does. It could be just when life gets a little bit too hectic. That part of you kind of goes into like a survival mode where you're not able to really like think and create things. I think that was definitely the case for me, but I'm so happy now that I actually have created something. As you know, if you're familiar with my channel, anything that has to do with creativity just lights such a big, beautiful fire in my soul. It's what I love to do. It's what I love to create. I do eventually want to get more into like creation of clothes, but that just, I keep making excuses, to be real. And my comfort zone is definitely creating art pieces. It's just such a therapeutic and soothing thing for me. Love for creation and how much it means to me. So that's definitely what I'd like to share with you guys today. This one specifically, I treated it more as like a journalistic piece rather than like a whole art piece like I'm used to doing. In high school, we actually were encouraged to keep an art journal. So sorry, I rescued a new kitten and he is absolutely insane. Can you not fight in my room, please? Chill out. So sorry. But yeah, in my art classes, it was always encouraged to, if you're ever feeling a certain type of way, definitely journal it through using your hands, like creation of different artistic pages and stuff like that. That was never something that I was super good at. Like I like to write my feelings first and then kind of come up with a very elaborate piece. That's kind of the way that I've operated beforehand, but I definitely wanted to challenge myself a little bit more. I still kind of did my regular, plan first and then go into it, the more final piece, but I definitely want to challenge myself to actually do it from start to finish as a journalistic piece or a diary type piece of I guess artwork. And if that's something that interests you, let me know. I definitely would like to post like, I guess, more common, more frequent content of just like my artistic journal pages. I can do like every week. I write down, I share with you guys like my emotions throughout that week through my art journals. Like if that's something that would be cool to you, definitely let me know. I'm open to suggestions. Like I had stated before, I like to definitely start as like a kind of rough draft and plan the different pieces that I would like in the picture. So that's kind of what this little piece is now. Definitely don't feel bad if yours is as ugly as mine. This is just to kind of get my thoughts that I am wanting to create onto the page. So I have this beautiful little girl down here. She's holding bubbles. You can't really tell because of her weird fucking fish fingers. But she's holding bubbles here and she's just, chilling, happy. You can't really tell here, but I have like pink, actually, I think that's purple, blue. I have like the colors because I'm using Prismacolor, if I did not say that before. I'm using Prismacolors for this said piece. And so, I have some lilies down here. Up here is actually a lyric from a song that was very meaningful to me when I was creating this. And it's called A Part of You. I'll put a little picture of like my Spotify, okay? So this lyric is specifically a part of you, a part of me, I let it go, I let it leave. Now, before we kind of get into like the process of me creating and figuring out where I wanted the pieces to go and how it to tell a story, it's important for you to know what the story is. When it comes to understanding the story of why I created this piece, it's very important for you to understand kind of my mindset and my mental space during the month of August. Now, the month of August was there was a lot going on for me. I had a lot of very adult responsibilities that I had to show up for, and that's very frustrating because obviously I'm in my early 20s. I don't want to have to deal with those things. The case of life is you have to deal with it whether you're ready or not. So in that theme of things, it's very easy for you to fall back into, well, what if this didn't happen? Or what if I had made a different choice then? And that is a very slippery slope that you don't want to fall down, because you can go into a very negative thought pattern. And how are you going to grow if you're just constantly wondering, well, what if? You get what I'm saying? And that was definitely something that I struggled with a lot, especially when I was growing up. Like, what if I had made a different choice? What if things were different? What if I didn't have to face all this adversity? And you can play that for as long as you want, but you're never going to go any further unless you just accept that that's the way things are, that's the way things went. There's nothing you can do about it now. So with things being so crazy and hectic as they were, it's easy to fall into a little place of like, oh, well, what if I didn't make this choice? Or what if this situation went different? And that's not going to be very helpful, because if you're constantly wondering about what you did in the past, how are you going to find new, different avenues of how to solve a problem? So that song, A Part of You, A Part of Me, that specific lyric, that really spoke to me, because it is a part of me. What happened is a part of me. It's a part of you. But now it doesn't have to be. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it leave. It's time for you to create a new part of you, a new, different identity where you can operate in a different way. And I really wanted to portray that in a nice, transformative way that read like a journal page or something more vulnerable, rather than just like an art piece that has a lot of thought into it. Even though I did put a lot of thought into it, I wanted it to be more raw, if that makes sense. More so like this one where it's like a bit more spur of the moment, rather than this one where I took a lot of time and thought, and I really put up my whole heart and effort into it. The same with that one. Not saying I didn't with this one, but it's a different sort of vibe. It's more so free rather than structured and has to be this way, this way, this way. You get what I'm saying? It did still have a little element to that, obviously with my rough draft, but I wanted to make sure that I had the picture placement of in my head onto the paper before I actually went in and created things. And yeah, they look crazy as hell, but that's just how it is when I'm trying to put what's in my brain onto a page as a rough draft. That way I can go in and fine edit it. So without further ado, I should just stop rambling and just show you the finished piece. Now, I definitely wanted it to be very bright and colorful, even though it is a bit more of a, I guess, heavier topic. But I do go between both of just all black and white and color. But this one specifically really just felt like it needed to have a ton of color, because I was feeling a ton of emotion. It's not always the greatest thing to go through, but at the end of the day, or at the end of it all, you always come out the other side stronger. And now let me say this, I am no calligraphy artist. I definitely want to improve on that. I said that with that video, and I'll say it again with this. I am not a calligraphy artist. My handwriting is terrible, which is so fucking weird, because I don't know how. Like this one, my literal favorite. I love her so much. But the calligraphy, I'm gonna be so real with you, friends. I trace that shit because I worked way too hard on her and all of that to let the calligraphy skills, or their lack of, ruin a beautiful piece. So little expose moment for me, but yeah, this one, beautiful. And I really wanted the placement to be very intentional. So for obviously, that's whenever you're thinking about all of the different paths that you could have taken. Butterflies, obviously transformation. I chose lilies Honestly, I don't know why. They just seem to fit the vibe. I don't really know if they have like some spiritual secondhand meaning. I don't know that, but they're just beautiful and I felt like they really fit in. A part of me does kind of wish I chose a different color because her skin is also pink, but it is what it is. It's my journal page. It doesn't have to be perfect like Miss Beautiful up here, okay? This one, her hair's gorge. I did not do the hair the way that I typically do, and that's because I wanted it to feel more vulnerable. I wanted it to feel more raw, more authentic, rather than more uniformed like that, where I put a lot of hard work and intention to it. Although this did take me some time, it did not take me as long as that. This one, it really does mean a lot to me because it really showcased how I was able to navigate changing my thought pattern and process from being so negative and pinpointing everything that has ever gone wrong, and instead transform that into something that's more positive and beneficial to my mind. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, just a few mere years ago, I was my biggest adversary. I was my biggest problem. I did not have the self-confidence, the desire to want to be more foundational in myself. My lack of self was crazy. I was always operating on what other people thought about me, and that is no way to operate. And when I finally just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want because people are gonna not like me regardless, it really opened up a whole new thought process. It just opened up a whole new world for me, a world that's more free and where I am able to control my own thoughts and control my own day if I wanted. You know, if something really terrible happens, I'm able to just push through it and not allow it to succumb and take over my whole day and just be consumed with anxiety like I would in middle school and have to leave school because somebody said something to me. You get what I'm saying? The amount of transformation that this honestly screams to me, because it's not just me as like an adult, it's also me as a child, you know? And I think that's why art is so important. And it really can showcase the transformation of a person, not just within their mind, but within, you know, their adulthood, their morals, their everything about them, how the duality of life can increasingly change you. And I think that's really cool. The duality of life, yeah, it sucks. It fucking sucks, man. You know, you can be on the top of the world one week and then you come home, bam, life's shit. You get what I'm saying? Duality of life, it can really get you. But it's the way that you allow your mind to control you. That's how you're able to overcome the duality of it. And that's really why I wanted to showcase how important it is to continue to change and actively listen to your intuition and what your body is trying to tell you and what your emotions want to tell you. You know, when you take away their power, you hold all of it. You're able to control your emotions, you're able to control your day, you're able to control your life. Because I'll tell you, when I was emotionally unregulated, my entire day would revolve around those emotions. But when you're able to allow the things that happen just be a part of you, not you, and just let it go, let it leave, let what's meant for you be for you, and what's not just go, you live a much freer and happier life. And I've spoken about this before on my channel. I'm a big advocate for doing what makes you happy. Fuck what anyone else thinks. Fuck what everyone else says. If it makes your soul happy, and obviously if you're not hurting anybody else, do it. Just go for it. You know, because no one else is going to choose you but you. I had to learn that the hard way. You know, when things come to it, they're going to choose themselves. So why not choose you? Why not choose to let those things that hurt you go? Why not choose to allow the things that once you held at such a high priority, high standard, just let it go, let it be, let yourself be. And that is what this says. That's what this is. This is the whole essence of the duality of life, the beautiful amazing, wonderful things that come when you transform yourself from a negative perspective to a higher perspective. And it's very cutesy to me, and it's adorable. I love it. I think it really showcases the mindset that I was in during the month of August when all of that transformation and duality of life was happening. So if you're interested in seeing more videos like this where I kind of document my emotions throughout the week, throughout the month, definitely let me know. It was really fun to kind of challenge myself in this way and kind of let the rings a little when it comes to creating art, because I'm definitely a perfectionist. That's why it takes me so long to create anything on here. I do apologize, but I'm working on it. I'm definitely doing a lot more with my artistic side. So without anything else left to say, I think I should go ahead and leave it here. I appreciate you guys watching and just listening to me blah, 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 blah all day. If you like my videos and like my channel, please let me know by leaving a like or subscribing. I'd love to have you here. But that's all I have for you this week. Bye-bye, beautiful.